Hi, my name's Daniel, and I'm going to explain an idea we have for a new product. Meet Bob. Bob works for a bank, and he wants to build some software for his company using Scrum. In the past, Bob has had a hard time trying to find a team with a known track record. He usually cobbled together individual developers into teams. Those teams got broken up and reshuffled, and they didn't often get to work on the same technology long enough to become really specialized. For his latest project, Bob wants an established Scrum team with experience working together, experience in the finance industry, and experience with ASP.NET MVC. This is Joe. Joe is a developer in Scrum Dogs, a Scrum team that uses TFS. His team specializes in ASP.NET MVC and has just finished a project for a bank. Joe's team has a great reputation for communication because of comprehensive email summaries they send to their product owner. They also have a really well-established velocity. What if there was an easy way for Bob to find Scrum Dogs while at the same time making Scrum Dogs' lives easier? Enter Scrum Commitments. The goals of Scrum Commitments are to help product owners find Scrum teams with experience relevant to them, to give product owners a voice by letting them rate each sprint, to give Scrum teams a URL to view their work history, and to make Scrum teams' lives easier by automatically preparing summaries of their commitments. Let's take a look at how this might work. Bob navigates to www.scrumcommitments.com. Here, Bob can view a list of Scrum teams. He can filter by industry, technology, and location, which will dynamically change the list of teams that are visible. Then it's a matter of looking through the results, which will show things like the number of members, a rating from other product owners, an indication of price, a link to view other product owners' comments on the team, as well as the technologies and industries they specialize in. The information and statistics on Scrum teams is populated automatically, while at the same time making it easier for developers to summarize their Scrum commitments. Let's take a look at what Joe would now do at the end of each Scrum meeting. The first meeting is the planning meeting. After the sprint planning meeting, Joe navigates to the planning tab for the product he's working on. Some of the information will be pre-populated from the last time he used the system. Joe now needs to verify that the correct sprint is selected, verify the list of technologies being used, enter the sprint goal, verify the recipients, and paste in a summary of the PBIs for the sprint. He can then preview the email that will be generated. At the end of the sprint, the team holds the sprint review meeting. After the sprint review meeting, Joe navigates to the review page. There, he verifies the sprint, recipients, pastes in the PBI information for the sprint, as per the rule, do you create a sprint review retro email, previews the email, and voila. After the sprint is officially finished, the retrospective meeting is held. Once the retrospective meeting is complete, Joe navigates to the retrospective tab, and after verifying the sprint again, Joe can enter the outcomes for any previously captured improvements, what went well and what needs to be improved, review the definition of done and definition of ready, then preview, save, or send the result. So what technologies do we want to use to build it? Well, for the user interface, we want the core to be ASP.NET MVC, with Twitter Bootstrap to simplify UI creation, Kendo UI controls, Knockout.js for data binding, and Signal R for real-time client updates. We want it hosted on Windows Azure, using SQL Azure for data, and the business layer must take advantage of Structure Map for dependency injection, and finally Log4Net for logging. So that's it for the MVP. We have a lot of other items in our backlog though, and now I'll go through a few that would be really great to have early on to put the icing on the cake. Firstly, for the planning, review, and retrospective pages, we'd like to automate the population of the sprint backlog summary from work item management tools. Initially, we want to support TFS, and then Jira and more. This would then mean even less work for developers to send out comprehensive summaries of their sprints. We also want to integrate with social media so that product owners and developers can update social media to share sprint events. Pretty simple, don't you think? Thanks for watching.